This week's 48 Hours reports on a family fight for justice after the murder of a California teenager. 17-year-old Justine Vanderschoot disappeared from her Auburn, California home in 2003. Her boyfriend and his roommate later pleaded guilty to her murder. But now, more than 20 years later, a change in state law could open the door for one of them to walk free. 48 Hours contributor Natalie Morales reveals how Justine's family is keeping her voice alive and fighting to keep both her killers behind bars.
When Lynette and Dawn Vanderschoot discovered their 17-year-old daughter, Justine, missing on September 2nd, 2003, they held out hope that she was still alive.
We're all going to bring her home. We're going to find her.
We searched and searched everywhere.
It felt sinister.
Retired Placer County Sheriff Ed Bonner says detectives zeroed in on her boyfriend, Danny Bessemer, and his roommate, Brandon Fernandez.
There's a belief that they are concealing something about Justine's disappearance. We needed to separate them, number one, but to have one roll on the other.
They enlisted the help of the FBI to interview Brandon, while sheriff's detectives questioned Danny. Under pressure,
have you ever seen anyone die, Brandon? Yes.
Brandon confessed.
Let's go.
And led them to Justine's body in a remote area. Brandon said Danny had strangled Justine and made him help bury her. Her autopsy indicated she was still breathing when she was buried.
I lost my best friend. I lost everything.
Justine's sister, Christine, says Danny was controlling and jealous, and that Justine was getting ready to leave him.
She was an object to him, and nobody else could have her if he couldn't.
Placer County DA Morgan Geyer says ultimately Danny admitted he strangled Justine, but alleged Brandon was the mastermind.
Brandon does a pretty good job of incriminating Danny, and Danny does a pretty good job of incriminating Brandon.
Both men pleaded guilty to murder in 2005 and received life sentences with the possibility of parole. But 15 years later, citing a new law, Brandon Fernandez petitioned to have his murder conviction thrown out and to be released on time served as an accessory after the fact.
He still has not taken any responsibility.
We're fighting for her. That's why we're here. She doesn't have a voice, so we're her voice.
Natalie Morales joins us now. Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning to you, Nate.
So is there evidence tying Brandon Fernandez to Justine's murder?
Yeah, according to the prosecution, one of the key pieces of evidence was the very next day, Brandon changed his car's tires as if he was literally trying to cover his tracks. And also the tools that were used to dig the grave came from Brandon's parents' house. But Brandon's attorney argues that Brandon was really just so scared of Danny that he participated in the cover-up and should not be held responsible for Justine's murder.
All right, Natalie, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Nate. Thank
All right.
you.
You can watch Natalie's report, Justine's Voice, on 48 Hours tomorrow night at 10/9 Central, right here on CBS, and of course streaming on Paramount+.